All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of the Lost Tapes here. I think that's what I might call this. Who knows? I had my mom send me a box of MiniDV tapes from 2003 to 2007 when I quit using this camera. So we have everything from High Point, 2007, James Stewart and Ricky Carmichael battling galore, to today's tape, 2006 World Mini. I didn't even know that I shot World Mini, Daniel, Kevin. And the reason you're here with me is because you're both coming to World Mini this year. The Ski to Max, April 17th through 20th. And I just want to relive some memories, and who better to do it with than you guys? You've been around. Kevin started Go Creations with me back in 02. He was my first guy behind my back. Daniel, you're just, I don't even know what to say about you. You like to pick fights, and slow world for you past few weeks, huh?
Yeah, I haven't been that busy. I'm just hoping that in this video there's some canopies flying through the air, because that's my World Mini memories from my youth. It was called the canopy race. You'd look up at any moment and there'd be like 10 of them flying through the air, and you're like, oh man, there's a couple grand.
There's a slight wind out of the north, just slight.
So I'm hoping you got some of that on film. Otherwise, I won't be entertained.
We'll find out. Thing is, this tape, I think 15 or 16 minutes of footage that we'll watch down. I have watched some of this because I was doing some World Mini clips for the gram. But the idea here is we'll just put in tapes sometimes, and who knows what's on them, which could be bad, could be good, who knows.
Do you know what's on this tape? Like, I mean, have you vetted this tape?
I have vetted this one. That's what I mean. I do know what's on this one.
I do know
what's on this one.
It's
you don't?
Kids, man. I mean, no, I do, but it's for the kids, man.
Okay.
All right, here we go, race footage. Is that too loud, or are we good?
That's a little loud, but hey, it's windy. What do you know?
What about that?
Kyle Cunningham out front.
Kyle Cunningham, yep, on the Cowie. Is that Wilson behind him? Man, this thing is pixelated.
Okay, so if we're talking Kyle Cunningham, we're talking a great era in amateur racing. That would be the Lemoyne, Dungey, Kennard, Stroop,
Izzy.
Nasty era.
Taylor Futrell, Jimmy Albertson, PJ Larson.
Michael Hall right there.
Michael Hall right there.
Hall. Yeah.
Cunningham from Texas.
Yes.
Look at that Thor gear, dude. That was some good stuff.
Is that Austin? Is that the old 981?
981
Oh yeah, Austin
like.
Stroopy. Matt Lemoyne right there.
There is Lemoyne. I love his
look
style.
how big the numbers are on the side, dude. You can't even tell what the number is because it took up the whole side plate.
How do you water that track? Look at those flags. They're 100 miles an hour.
I'm not going to lie. Like, it looks decent. Better than I remembered racing it. There's a little traction.
This is Sunday 2006 main events.
Wes hadn't quite developed his smooth camera operations here. Look at that. We got one cooking now. We got a new leader, boys.
That's Hunter Hewitt.
Hunter
How
Hewitt,
about
too.
That? There's Lemoyne back there on the Cowie.
Sean Borkenhagen, number 87 on the Honda.
Loved it. Out of Huntington Beach, California. That was Dano's guy.
Dano. Shout out to Dano.
Borky coming out of Huntington.
Hey,
Nice
so
kid,
Daniel,
too.
throw in a little history here. I think you told me World Mini was your first race, big race ever?
Ever. I was 5 years old on a PW 50, my very first race. I got dead last, baby. Started from the bottom. Right now, just from watching?
Yes, it will take the hydration out of your body. The chat lip capital of the world, man. I went there probably in 06. They had that Toyota program somewhere around this time. And Sean, what's his name, was the guy
Sean
to get
Hackley.
it. Yeah, Sean and Will were in the mix for that.
No, Sean Hackley and Will Hahn got it.
Yeah.
Yep, 06,
Correct.
right?
Sean Hackley, yes.
And then Lemoyne got it in 07?
That's correct. Oh, there we go.
Who's this? Who's this? Number 08. Is that even allowed?
Is that Grant Ransdell? Like, what are we doing here, man? Hey,
Blake
World
Green,
Mini
number
runs-
48. That's
No
Blake
way.
Green.
Blake Green, he had the fuzziest hair and eyebrows.
I remember
He was the
Green,
fastest 50 ever.
He was like an Osborne, West Coast Osborne.
Correct, yeah. Like a Michael Dukakis, if you want to do your research there, a formal presidential candidate. Heavy on the eyebrows. But, yeah, so I remember World Mini had those extended 7-foot-long swing arms you could run. Anything goes in World Mini, right? For PBs.
Well, it's Vegas.
Yes, correct.
It's Vegas. I mean,
Because it was in NMA, not AMA.
Correct. That's correct.
They also
Blake
had the
Green.
longest class titles
Pipes.
ever known to man. It would be like
Yes.
125 junior BC, 14 to
Open,
27
outlimited.
open stock.
Outlaw, Are we in the fin area, or are we after that, the helmet fins? Are we done with those?
06. There's a fin or two probably left.
Oh yeah,
We got
I
chrome
saw
chest
some.
protectors on the edges. We got the
Hey,
chrome chest
Dungy with the
protector.
whole shot.
Look at that.
Oh wow, this is well put together Dunge. This is trying to make it and get attention Dunge. Look at the 212.
That's
A little-
212.
oh,
Correct. This
a
is
little
it.
scrappier before he really put it all together. But hey, this is the cool part is this is right before everything came together and he got Roger
his ride.
DeCoster's eye and became, a legend. This is trying to prove himself done. That's so sick.
Man, and I announced every one of those races, and I just barely remember him being there. And then all of a sudden, Loretta's happens, and he explodes, and that's it. He's gone.
Late
Look at
bloomer,
that.
one of those stories. I love those
Love
stories.
it.
The Justin
Love it.
Cooper, Levi Kitchen stories. They're not the first two to be that way. Dunge was
No.
one of them.
Who's 235? There's Lemoyne again, in the mix again.
235 would have been Ben Evans.
Ben
Ben
Evans
Evans.
from Idaho, dude. That's rad.
Did you know that, or do you have the results pulled up, Wes?
No,
Okay.
I'm telling you, my historical knowledge of 02 to 07, 08, 09
You spent so
amateur
much time with these
motocross.
kids, though, because you were there,
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast. You followed them around. All right, here comes Lemoyne.
Yeah, that was the biggest
believe.
difference back then when we started Verb. I'd go to every single race. I lived at races. I'd go to Muddy Creek Top Gun Showdown, then Oak Hill Team Green National in
Yes.
May, like all
I
kinds
want
of
to
stuff.
point something out to all you watching this right now. Do you guys see the suspension dancing around it? This is back when things didn't work all the way very well at all, and no one cared.
Nobody
so for all
cared.
you riders that need it just right,
Stop
take a
it.
hard look right here.
Is that Jesse Nelson?
Jesse Nelson.
Oh my God, that's my guy.
479. There's AC.
Jesse Nelson, dude, NorCal
Love
guy,
it.
well, Central Cal guy, but I love Jesse Nelson.
Ian
Here
Treadle.
we go. Ian Treadle, 119.
Treadle.
Let's see
That's
Barsha in
Barsha
there.
on the outside. Let's go. IT.
Hey, for real,
Dude,
how cool is this? Watching this, like this tape has never been played ever. I didn't even
Give
have
it
this
to
on
me.
my computer.
How many kids wore Thor? How did Thor have any budget at this point? There's 4,000 of them. That was Jason
Yeah.
Anderson, 312.
That's
Suzuki
right.
and Thor had the
hombre.
same budget
on
somehow.
the Cowie. Suzuki
Early
and
hombre.
Thor had the most money of anybody on the planet. They had 900 guys. There's Barsha.
Bam, bam, dude. That's sick. 110.
Kyle
Who's
Peters.
110?
Kyle
Kyle
Peters.
Peters.
Man, I saw Kyle Peters this week.
471.
Shout
Is
out,
that,
KP.
Taryn Odell was 471, but he was in the pro class by then. The Arkansas Razorback, as we called him. Look
Man,
at that. That's factory,
hey.
dude.
Treadle, dude. Hey, from
There's
what I
Ando.
understand, I didn't know that era, but everyone said he was
He was
like,
the guy.
oh man, was he the guy?
B. Mazy, 25.
Chris Plouffe on the 23.
That
Grant
wasn't B.
Ransdell right
Mazy.
there.
Ransdell, 410.
Yep. Kobe
Ransdale.
Adair, Barsha,
Look at you,
Paluzzi,
Kobe Adair.
Bryce Stewart.
Nick Paluzzi.
Bryce Stewart. That's
Wow.
Paluzzi, dude. These names. This
Yes.
is so sick.
Bryce Stewart out of Florida, is that right? Or is that a different
No,
one?
he was California guy.
Okay.
What is
He
this?
used to ride
class?
Elsinore all the time.
Where's Dino
7-Eleven.
and the
Is
boys?
that Talon Valen? Or Talon Volan?
Might have been.
Did he come back?
Well, I got black number plates. So
yeah, we
it's
got black
some
number plates. That
C
means we
riders.
must be in the C class here.
Let's
Taylor
go.
Hellstrom.
It's either going to be McGrath, Jimmy Albertson, or Axel Hodges. It'll be one of the three out there.
Correct. Or Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
That's
Van
not Matt
Winkle.
Walker on a Planet Honda. He was already gone by then.
Whoever that dude is, he's little dude on that thing, man.
Well, you are
Going
following
for it.
him. Kellstrom? Oh, is that Dana
Yep.
Kellstrom's son? No way.
Taylor Kellstrom.
So Dana Kellstrom was a real estate mogul from California, owned skyscrapers. And we were at Lake Whitney, and he bought a Cadillac
Oh.
limousine for us to drive around and gave it to me and Wes, and I drove that bitch home from Texas.
That's that one. I know what limousine you're talking about.
And it broke down in Shreveport, and me and Steve Carnegie got it fixed. And he goes, "You stay in the car. I got this." I'm like, "Yes, sir," because he knew the demographic, if you will.
Look at Dunge,
Whoa.
dude.
And he's out
And
front
Stroop.
there. Stroop 981.
Think about that age class though. Dungy, Kennard, Stroop, Izzy,
Lemoyne.
Osborne was a little bit above that. Lemoyne, Cunningham. There's certain age groups that come through that are just ridiculous. That's one of them right there. One of the early ones that's like recognizable.
About 6 of those kids would go on and probably go to the AMA Hall of Fame. Like, there's a bunch of them.
How do you think
There we
Stroop
go.
would have done had Stroop not have Strooped?
I mean, his riding and talent and skill and his race, he was destined, in my opinion, to be pretty special.
Raw
Yeah.
speed, dude.
I remember he used to come down and ride with us in Georgia, and I was on a 125 and he was on an 80, and his corner speed. He would just blow by me. Could not believe someone could go that
there's that
fast
look
on a dirt
So
bike.
sick.
So factory looking. You'll see guys like the top 3 or 4 guys look like they could just jump on a factory bike. There's Dungey. He obviously looks that. Is that Borkenhagen again?
Yeah, Borgenhagen with the neck
Borky.
roll.
The neck roll, man.
Yeah, Stroop was so sick. I feel like he had some of the best. Him and Ian Treadle
Great
both.
style.
Greatest style. So
He looks like Izzy
technically
just
good.
then. He looks
Yeah.
just like Izzy. They're short, compact. Dungey a little bit taller.
Yeah, kind of got that lanky look. But Dungey got really, he tightened up his riding to where he was so fundamental.
Proper.
But back
It's
then,
proper.
he wasn't proper yet. He was a little looser. I actually like that. Oh, Nelson.
Here we go.
Paulatelli, Justin Summers, Nick Desiderio.
Get out of here.
Dario, dude.
The jersey,
These
right?
names, dude. Look at the wind. Oh my God.
No way.
Hey, Daniel, the cool thing is Mesquite doesn't get windy at all, right, Kevin?
No, I don't think it does. Not like this.
Should I bring my chapstick?
That's how
Maybe
you tell
right.
the difference. The number 30, the Kawasaki, he's always got those green rims. Lemoyne always had something a little different. He had orange rims on an 80 and then green rims on his big bikes. Orange, Dayglow orange. I remember that. Who's 424? That's not PJ Larson.
Michael Hall.
Michael Hall. He rode for Yamaha team, right? In the early Star Yamaha days, I believe.
Back when it wasn't Star. Remember when Star wasn't
Before
Star?
it was Star.
I mean, it was Star, but it wasn't like, oh, the powerhouse that is Star.
I raced him in 09. I remember racing him in 09 Supercross.
Was he on a KTM or Yamaha?
Yamaha.
Because I definitely remember at the end of his AM career, he was definitely KTM, I think.
That was
He hauled ass,
out front of Lemoyne. He's doing something right. Was that Chris Holtner?
probably.
Dude, these dudes go after it, man. I love how just terrible their suspension all looks, and they don't care. It's like
Is that
that's
Tyler
I can't-
Bowers? Did you see Bowers on the 911? Would that have been
Probably.
him?
Was it?
That was two. It was 911 on a Honda.
He's younger than
That's-
them, I think, though.
But he was 13 when he went into B class. He was way.
That's true. He might have been 9 then.
You're
Racing
right.
250p.
Hey, he rode the last qualifier as a 13-year-old. He barely was 13 because you could not ride a big bike under the. He was 12 racing all the way up through the qualifiers, and he had to wait till my qualifier, my track, to race there so that he was eligible to ride the big class.
Dude, I remember watching him on
as
a
a 13-year-old.
450 in arena cross at 15. Just a man, full-grown man at 15.
Hey,
He
Dino's
won.
on the inside right there on the Cowie.
That's
Tomac.
number 43.
There, yeah, that's right. He
Come
was
on,
an
man.
OG Suzuki guy.
Hey, isn't it pretty crazy?
Suzuki, man, they had everybody.
They had
The biggest
everybody.
technical thing that was hard for me to, I'm literally playing this on a camera from 2004 right now that I used to shoot this, right? I figured out how to get it into the computer, and then I had to figure out how to make it 4:3 so it displayed correctly instead of 16:9. So
The aspect ratio,
you know,
if you will.
and all this great technological advancements of the day, I can tell you, no one thought like, hey, let's hook up 2004 cameras and figure out how to play it live.
No, that would be the equivalent I told you of like putting a 4-stroke motor and tying it into a carburetor off a 2-stroke. Like you're merging these two technologies. It doesn't make
But
sense.
it's pretty
Ours just
badass.
close it
You guys
down.
are getting to watch 2006 footage live.
Yeah,
Darren
if you
Odell.
wonder- There's Taryn Odell.
There, yeah, there he
371,
is.
Out of Arkansas. And if you're wondering how good Ian Treadle was, well, every video we've shown, he's been in the forefront.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude.
Ian Treadle should have been one of
There's
the best.
another one if you're wondering how good Stroop was, he got a great start. This flag
Same thing,
popped on
yep.
that. That guy was stoked on whoever that was.
I raced 09 Supercrosses the year I filled in for Geico, and I was racing Stroop and Izzy. Izzy was factory Suzuki, Stroop was PC Cowie, Purcell, that's when Purcell won, but I raced all them when they were just kind of in that early, young factory, and dude, I remember racing them, and I was terrified of them on the gate. I was like, these kids are so sick.
So good. And they don't
And now
have
I'm
that
watching
fear.
this, and no, but it wasn't like it wasn't like
They weren't wild.
dumb. It wasn't like dumb no fear. It was no
No.
fear and freaky talent. They were so good.
Give me those green
Right out of the
rims,
gate.
dude. Look at that.
So
Hear
sick.
that bike too? Oh my god! Looking
Look
around.
at checking over his shoulder. That flagger is so stoked on everybody. He's here for all
Oh,
the
oh,
guys. Dunge,
oh!
get some.
Dirty
He was a Honda
Dunge,
rider.
dude.
Never. We never thought we'd say that. He crushed that guy. That poor schmuck on the Honda. He is pissed.
No, he's
Damn.
not now. Not now. Now he's honored, especially with the video coming out. He's like, dude, I
Oh,
got taken
dude.
out by a Dirty Dunge.
Hell yeah. Dirty D, double D. Not
Dirty
Darren
D,
Durham.
dude.
He was the first double D. Dirty Dungey.
So hey, this is where SMX now is, right? Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, because it's the one down in the. Yeah, it's the one down in the pit, kind of. So I raced it when it was out, kind of in Mesquite area, and then it came in closer to a terrible place, and then it moved to this terrible place.
Yes.
And then now it's back at a really rad place. Now it's
at
like,
a very nice track now. Back to Mesquite.
Yeah.
So I think it went to Mesquite in 2010. The last race we would have done here was 09. 2010 it went to Mesquite, and it was being run by Jason Ellis back then. But Gary Bra of the RMX series owns Mesquite now, and unbelievable track.
Dude, I can't wait to go. Everyone says, Daniel, wait until you see this place. Because for West Coast struggles, dude, it's hard with the soil out there. It's difficult, but I've heard this guy's series is incredible. All the places he goes all over Utah, whatever. But then I've talked to people that they go to Mesquite all the time, and they said, "You wait till you see this place. It's the best West Coast place. Period."
It's got great elevation. Track race is good. Gary and his family are like well versed in racing.
That's
his
what I
kids
heard.
race, so it works out, man. They're a racer family first. Here we go. Honda's out
Jace
front.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Did you see Jace?
What's
Did you
that?
see the
The
722?
7 Deuce. The big tall Jace Lewis.
Josh Hill out front.
Oh, get some. For how long?
Hey, I will tell you guys this.
Guys, boys.
Hill was a West Coast dude, and I was an East Coast guy, and I slept on him. When I watch footage of him back now, I wish I had shot him every freaking race possible because he had the sickest style.
So did Justin, dude. Those Hill boys, man, and they had a nasty practice track growing up. That's why they're so sick. They rode the gnarliest stuff as kids.
Mini Warriors 3, Mini Warriors 4, dude.
There's Jace.
That's why they're both still freaks.
Matt
man.
Bonney.
Yeah, there we go.
Bonnie.
Scott Simon in there.
Oh my God, these names, dude. I haven't heard some of these names in a long time.
Dude,
So when did you go pro, Daniel?
98. I actually won the World Minis in 98 on a 85 or an 80 cc, whatever, and then I turned pro at Mammoth right after. Well, I actually was riding A pro stuff before. I was
On an 80?
story. No, on big bikes. I went big bike pro, raced arena cross, got DQ'd for being underage.
Hey, is that Albertson?
Then went.
Yep.
Was that Jimmy? It was.
Yep. 100.
But then, I raced the World Minis. I won the 80 stock and mod 14 to 15. James Stewart won 12 to 13 and then whooped me in Super Mini. He was younger than me.
No way.
And then I turned pro and raced Mammoth in June, and then turned 16, raced my first national at Washougal the week after my 16th birthday, and got smoked. Good decision.
Got introduced to the world of ass
Well,
kicking.
I got taught right away.
The business end of ass kicking. Damn, Jimmy Albertson.
Jimmy was so fast back then.
Him and Jay squared up, and they split titles in Loretta's. There's Jay on the
Dude,
722.
speaking of Albertson, how about our boy Greg Albertson? He's coming on out.
Yeah,
got a nice little thing
Game
going.
Moto's coming. I think he's got 200 and something people at Game. I don't know how many of those families were getting to come out. Hopefully all 200 of them.
200.
Beckham Smith, Jet Rao.
Are they all coming?
Hopefully so. Greg's working on them, and then I think we got Moto Sandbox is gonna. We're figuring out a dually situation, but HBI is letting us borrow a big ass trailer, and we're gonna haul out like 20 bikes from the East Coast.
That's the
So
way
between
Fast House does
Game
it.
and
That's how we
Moto
get all the
Sandbox,
guys.
and then
all.
hopefully we get the California kids.
Oh, you'll get all them. I just got word that Brady Olson, Brady Olson, he's kind of
Yep.
emerging right now. He's going to be there. I got word of that
Yeah.
today.
All
There's
right.
Anderson. We're back to the 80s. Jason Anderson finally with a start.
So, hey, okay, we're talking age groups. That's the next one. It was Tomac, Anderson, Barsha, Baggett,
Treadle.
Malcolm Stewart, Treadle. That was the next freakazoid age class behind
There's
the
Baggett right there.
Struble. Yeah, Blake Baggett.
Grant Ransdale, El Chupacabra, and Baby Chew.
Hey, at one point, I did a TV report a few years back when they were all still in their Baggett. They were top 4, I think, in points in the 450 Supercross was all from the same age class.
Same age group, yeah.
That's crazy.
Just listen to that. And you can still, some guys, he hasn't really changed his style. Like Anderson still looks very similar.
Yeah. Be Mazy.
Be amazing. Oh, the white flag is out.
Who gets it? Who gets it?
Let's check. Oh, he's pumped. Fly
Hombre.
Racing. There's Ron. What's his name in the background there? From Fly
Watch-
Racing.
hey,
Oh, there
watch-
he is right there.
Rodney
Hombre
Reynolds.
Watch
Rod
Hombre and
Reynolds.
Bam Bam get into each other and get in a fight. That'd be.
That happened at Whitney.
Where's Hunter Lawrence?
Oh, there he is from Suzuki. What's his name? The main man.
Cole
What's his
Grass.
name?
There's Cole Grass.
Yeah.
Yes, he's still
Kevin
on the letters.
Kozad.
Kevin Kozad was announcing What?
Yeah, yeah. Bo
Blessing
Hudson on the
riders
right
in the
there.
morning and on the
Oh,
podium. Look at Will Anderson.
Landon
36,
Courier in the
Landon
background.
Courier, yeah. He was sick too. Look at Ombre, he looks the same.
I took 9 people out during that race. You can suck it.
He did what he had to do.
Yes, I will do, and he still does. He's got some payback after this past weekend. Drink that water, kid.
Who's he hate more this week right now, Chase or Coop? Because I think he wants to give both of them a little something for
Get
this
in the business.
Birmingham.
Let those things eat.
Oh man, those things
Sean
are
from
so
Cobra is
powerful.
stoked.
So
Look how-
powerful.
That is like the Trail of Tears right there. That
Oh, there it
Dustin
is.
Rhodes.
Hey,
There it is.
Just to point out again, Mesquite does not get this windy.
God no! Look at that. That's a
Yeah,
hurricane
it was.
on the East
It
Coast.
used to
We
be
would load up
gnarly.
and leave.
At least Gary now, when it does get windy, we have had a few windy days. But Gary and his team, I think last year they stretched out 2 miles of fire hose and watered the shit out of the track nonstop to make
Who's
sure it
that
stayed
46? Is that Justin Hill? I mean,
Could have been.
just because the
No.
number. I'm just thinking the number and the age,
could have
maybe.
been.
But
He's not that.
Oh,
much
oh,
older,
oh,
right?
oh,
Oh, whose
Uh-oh,
sock
what are we
is
doing
this?
here?
whoa, wait,
Well,
hey,
he didn't vet this footage, man. I'm telling you.
you.
Oh, is this a drug deal, Wes?
So I do remember. I haven't listened to this, but this
John.
is Harold's motorhome from Playground, and we used to do the gnarliest pranks. He'd always tell me to hide the cameras like this underneath, whatever, and we'd get like mechanics and stuff to come out,
He's
and
coming
Harold
to
would
pump the
make them.
shitters, what he's about to do.
He would just do like
Yeah.
the most ridiculous things and ask, just tell them. There was, I remember at Ponca City one year, this guy came back with a knife, and Brent was like scared.
Oh.
Brent saw him.
wow.
And so Harold used to mess
The
with
white
people.
sock era. You know
Yeah,
what?
hey,
That tells me
can you
everything I
can you
need to know.
post can you post edit this just in case? Because this seems suspect, man. This doesn't seem right.
Here, we'll just go ahead and hit stop. All right, maybe this guy does walk in and kill one of us, buried at World Mini.
That's what happened to that kid. Those white socks
Yeah.
gave it away too, man.
There we go.
Freaking A, how cool is that though? Like I didn't even know I shot World Mini 06, and then I have a really good collection of archive here, which is why you guys see so much stuff get posted all the time. But I had my mom send me tapes because I'm missing World Mini 07, and anyway, she sent me a photo one of the tapes said World Mini 06, and I was like, wait, I shot World Mini 06, and mind blown.
Wow.
So that's the first time I watched. I've recorded it because I pulled some clips out, but that's the first time I watched it top to bottom. But I think the only thing I got to kick myself in the ass for is I only shot 20 minutes of footage in 2006, and I was there.
Oh
what the hell was I
man.
doing?
You flew all the way out there, and you have
You're a
20
rookie,
minutes.
maybe. I don't know. These rookie days, like just warming up. I don't know.
No, that kid was all over the
That's
place. You
it,
shot
that's
more
it.
at Bremen Race Park on a Saturday night than you did there
It was so windy, he probably had to stop a bunch.
to repair that camera because it's got dirt all in it.
Were you wearing goggles, Wes, through all
The
that?
Shaw.
Very well could have been.
That's sick,
Well,
man.
well, dude, that was fun, man. If I would have had any preparation, like on some numbers, and really could have dove into that, but it kept it real though. I really enjoyed just like, holy shit, there's Taryn O'Dell. Holy cow, there's
Just
Borky.
love
Well,
hearing
the-
those
the,
names.
The reason I
dude.
came up with this last week, Daniel was at Spring Eating, and then I was going through some Oak Hill footage because I had all the Oak Hill tapes too. And same thing, I saw Treadle, Tomac, Barsha, all these guys, and I forget that especially Tomac. I feel like he was a little bit older than them, and everybody's like, dude, they used to battle. And I'm like, did they? But I have a ton of NMA footage that Tomac actually was in the same class as those guys. Because I think when it was AMA, Tomac was always a class ahead. But when NMA,
They would
it was
overlap a little bit.
7 to 16 open
Yes.
stock
Pro.
mod.
B.
So they all got to race. So it was
50
funny,
Pro.
like watching the
Stock
Oak Hill
5.
GNC footage. All of them were in the same class too. Because like not everything used to be AMA back then, believe it or not. So
No,
now
NMA. That I grew up NMA. It was the World Mini. Ponca was NMA, I believe, right? And then,
Yeah.
Yes.
so I actually didn't do a lot of AMA as a kid. It was all NMA. That's what I knew.
Because it was West Coast. Ron Hendrickson, Carol Hendrickson, they were West
Yep.
Coast. AMA
Yep.
was kind of East Coast, and then GNC
Myra-
was like Oak Hill GNC Grand National.
Yes, GNC Grand National Championship. I think that was AMA though. I believe it
Was
was.
it? Okay.
I believe it was.
Would that have been the Whitney races?
Yes.
No, that would have been Mosier.
Mosier, yeah.
I never did
Mosier, then Oak
Mosier
Hill.
/ Oak Hill back in the day.
Yeah. Yep.
I only did Whitney back in those Texas days when I was a kid.
Then Myron Short has pretty much been responsible for bringing all the AMA stuff out west with his Cal Classic, making Mammoth AMA. He's kind of done carry the flag out there.
Yeah, and now Gary with RMX. Mesquite is normally AMA, but because this race has so much, this is the 47th or 48th running of World Mini, and so it was NMA. Unfortunately, Carol and Ron Hendrickson that started NMA and this race, there was a little no love lost between AMA and NMA. So to honor Ron's tradition and love for dirt bike racing, we're not currently AMA. Hopefully we will be in the future, but we're honoring Ron and his love and tradition for starting legacy, yes, for starting the longest standing amateur. I'm not allowed to say national, I don't think, but amateur race.
Big
event in the world here. So, anyways, yeah, April 17th through 20th, Mesquite.
Hey, to change the subject, do you guys remember? Not you're going to end this right now, and I know you do. Ponca going back to back with Loretta's, like, does that seem?
That's what I did. That's what I did.
Everybody did it, and it's just wild to even think that was a possibility.
Hey, I only did Loretta's once, and the year I did Loretta's, I didn't do Ponca, but I did Ponca every other year of my life. I would go to Ponca and go home.
Ponca was the deal. Ponca was.
It was sick,
my brother went there in '82, and there was 3,300 riders who went with Keith Turpin and Billy Lyles, and of course that's an awesome crew because they won everything. But yeah, he was like, dude, we rode on a parade. We went down through the town, and we rode 3,000 of us were on motorcycles in the town. They did the big parade and stuff. Did they do that when you were there, or were they done with that? No parade.
I was a kid, probably in trouble. I don't remember.
No parade. No parade.
Not for me. No parade.
Somebody rained on your parade.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, same place, same time next week, guys. I have 2007 World Mini tapes. We'll plug them in. Same thing.
07. Let's see
Pretty
who
fun.
was there and how they did. And yeah, I love it. It was fun.
All right, sweet. I'll see you guys next week then. Hey, by the way, you guys noticed Fred Durst? Like, it was 04 era, so or
You
06.
did it all for the Nookie, didn't you?
I did it all for the Nookie today, guys.
Break your face tonight.
Did it all for the Nookie. See you guys next week.
Seriously. My name's Trey Kennard. I'm from Elk City, Oklahoma. I'm here at World Minis in Las Vegas, getting blown around in the wind.